Julie Meadows kept her pistol close to her chest as she jogged down the mine shaft. Her boots were nearly silent on the rocky floor, and her ears were filled with her heavy breathing. She could feel, more than hear, the rest of the Griffin unit behind her. Her knee brushed something furry and solid, and she glanced down at Chester. He was barely visible in her night vision goggles, a massive barrel-chested blonde wolf, his shoulders almost as tall as her hip.
"We're getting closer."
The faintly British voice whispering in Julie's mind belonged to the helmet she wore. The other soldiers wore similar ones, except theirs were just helmets, not smart-ass, shape-shifting magical artifacts. Chester raised his head, sniffing.
"Yup, I smell Alicanto and a ton of dwarves."
His words echoed in Julie's mind via the telepathic connection Hat had established among the whole unit. "Be specific, Chess," Julie reminded him.
"He can't. There are too many of them."
When Julie looked back, Raven's red eyes glowed in the dark. The vampire flexed her fingernails and extended them into claws. "We're in for a big fight," Raven added.
"Many of them will be innocent workers. Remember, we're not here to create collateral damage," Jay cautioned.
The Shajara elf brought up the rear of the group. She had her medical pack strapped to her back.
"Bummer. I love damage."
One of the three fairies flitting over Julie's head performed a silly backflip, clutching her tiny rifle to her chest. The mine shaft split ahead of them, forking left and right. Julie halted, as did the rest of the unit, silent and seamless around her. Corin stepped up between her and Chester, glancing around. The dwarf had both hammers drawn.
"Which way?" she asked.
Chester raised his nose, sniffing.
"To the right. I smell metal and gunpowder."
Julie nodded. Then our intelligence was right.
"Seems that way."
Raven sniffed too. "We could be dealing with a small contingent of dwarf infantry armed with axes and hammers, plus 2 or 3 cannons."
"The Alicanto is definitely in there. Its magic feels nulled. Probably by iron," Hat told them. "And it's 3 cannons."
"What is this, the Civil War?" Julie scoffed. Everyone in the unit stared at her.
"What Civil War?" Isaiah asked.
"Never mind. It's a human world thing." Julie waved a hand. "Overwatch. You get all that?"
"Affirmative, Griffin 7.
The new deep voice crackled faintly when it entered Julie's mind, telepathic interference marring his words thanks to the distance between them.
"You are go. Diplomatic resolution has failed. Engage without hesitation."